Okay, so hey everybody, I am super excited. Happy Tuesday team training. My name is Katie Harold and I'm a presidential diamond here in Toledo, Ohio, and I have been with this amazing company for 7 years now. And so I'm just super excited to have this special guest on tonight because quite honestly, I've only heard her story once. I don't even think I heard the whole thing. So I'm pumped to get all kinds of information out of you tonight, Char. And I know my team is super excited, looking forward to hearing your story. Brand new Ambassador Diamond, you guys, if you're brand new, Ambassador Diamond is the top of the company. This is a very big deal. And so I'm excited because I know that she has completely turn her life around into a life of more. And Shar, I saw some of your pictures that you were posting over the weekend about how your holidays look now. And I thought, wow, like I'm super pumped to hear this story. So I want you guys to give a warm welcome in the chat. And so Shar, I just want to start with your story. Like I want to hear everything from the very beginning, like how you even found this company, why you decided to get started, and take us through your journey from distributor all the way on up to ambassador. And I always like to say, give us the ups and the downs. Like don't leave anything out. I like to kind of hear about the mountains and the valleys and this whole journey that you've been through.
Hi, everyone. So, yes, I'm Shar. I have been with the company for the host has spotlighted your video. I don't even know what that means, but I don't like that. Okay. I've been with the company for 4.5 years. I basically came across the opportunity on Instagram. And FYI, guys, I just will look at your face and say, oh my God, you're so pretty. So I'm looking at Tasha Bayan Kuchi right now, and I'm like, you look like my best friend, Leanne. So guys, I found a business 4.5 years ago on Instagram, and basically the reason why I started was because I wanted to use the wraps. I came across the opportunity in like December, and you know, it was January coming, new year, new me. I wanted to get in shape, and oh, thank you, I look horrible. I wanted to get in shape, and I saw the wraps, right? Little did I know, my upline had actually paid. No, she sent the girl, she had like 500,000 followers on Instagram. She had sent her like a free box of wraps to like post them. And that's how I found her, through that post. So when I talked to her about the wrap, she told me about the loyal customer program. And at the time I was so broke. Like I was not trying to do 3 months of nothing because I was so broke. And I probably couldn't afford to have, you know, products coming out of my, or a monthly auto shipment, because next month, like I probably wouldn't have money. So she gave me the other option, which was to be a distributor. And she basically said, like, you know, you can basically just have a distributor account and use it as a customer account. You don't have to actually be a distributor. And that's literally why I got started, because at the time it was $99 to join. And the kit at the time came with the wraps, a full pack of wraps box at the time. So that was perfect for me, and I didn't have any auto shipment obligations. Now, I always like to add this to my story, because if I had known how, you know, flexible our loyal customer program is, where you can change it each month or postpone it or suspend it, whatever the case is, I probably would have went the loyal customer route. But God knew I needed this business, so he put me the distributor route, and that's literally what happened. I had no intention on working the business, but again, I wanted to use the product. So my upline at the time, it was when you got your first 4 customers, now it's 6, but when you got your first 4 customers, you would get a $120 shopping spree, which was perfect for me because, again, I wanted to use the products, not to make money. I just wanted to use the products. And I have 3 sisters and a mom. So I'm like, okay, perfect. There's my first 4 customers right there. I'm going to have my $120 shopping spree tomorrow, and it's going to be great. And the reality is that when I went to my 3 sisters and my mom was my first customer. But when I went to my 3 sisters and asked them to support me, they basically laughed at me. I know, like, my team is probably so tired of hearing this story because I tell it verbatim, but they literally said to me, word for word, this is a scam. I don't know who suckered you in. It's just a phase that's going to blow over, and it's only a matter of time before you quit. And they told me that they didn't want any of the makeup that I was selling. Mind you, we don't even sell makeup. So I went back to my upline devastated, like, well, if my sisters won't support me, who's going to buy anything from me? Like, remember, I don't even want to make money in this business. I don't care about the money. I don't care about being a distributor. And like, now I'm definitely not doing it because my sisters won't even support me. And she said to me, I'm going to make it my mission to prove them wrong. And I'll get to that. At the time, I always confuse this timeline. Okay, so I still worked at Cablevision. I was working in a call center at the time, so I hated my job so much. Like, God knew I needed this business because I worked for Cablevision, which is basically like that's in New York, but it's basically your like Fios or Comcast or whatever it's called where you live. I worked for a TV communications company, and I hated it so much because I would get cursed out all the time. I was always in trouble. I had the worst shifts. Like, I would work 5:30 to 2 a.m. or 8 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. No weekends off. It was freaking horrible. And so that's what I was working. So when my upline said to me, I'm going to make it my mission to prove them wrong, she didn't mean that she was going to bill me to diamond or anything like that. She just, I guess, meant like she was going to just show me what to do to be successful. And even still, like, she didn't show me what to do. She just kind of like triggered something in my head where it's like, prove them wrong. I was going back to her to say, like, I'm definitely not doing this business now because my sisters won't even support me. And she triggered a light bulb in my head that was just prove them wrong. And when that light bulb went off, it was literally just like, okay, what do I got to do? Because I do have a big ego. So like, if you step up my ego, I'm going to go on a mission to like make sure you're not right. And for me, proving my sisters wrong was really just a matter of not quitting, because they said it was a phase that was just going to blow over. And it was just a matter of time before I quit. So for me, like, it wasn't, oh, I got to be diamond to prove them wrong, or I got to be ambassador diamond to prove them wrong. I just can't quit. That's literally what it was. So that being said, I just, like, everything I know and my success literally came because I, from that moment on, went on YouTube every single night. If you're muted, can you please mute yourself? Because I get really distracted. I'm sorry. I went on YouTube every single night, and I would watch Jade Hooper videos literally every single night until 4:00 in the morning, my first 2 to 3 weeks in the business. And I was taking as many notes as I can, because once I had made up in my mind that I was going to prove my sisters wrong, it was like, okay, show me what I got to do. And actually, the first video that I came across on Jade Hooper's channel is called if you commit to yourself, your life will change. So if you're brand new in the business, or even if you're feeling like, maybe you're not where you want to be, I would write that video down. This is literally the title. If you commit to yourself, your life will change, by Jade Hooper on YouTube. By the grace of God, that is the first video I saw when I joined, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna commit to myself. And then committing to yourself, what does that mean? It just means you're showing up. It means like you're literally just showing up. So that's pretty much what happened. That's what transitioned me into the, okay, I don't want to be a distributor, to now I'm gonna make this work. And I'm self-taught completely. I have no experience whatsoever in marketing, sales, anything like that. I used to have a job at Kmart, and I freaking walked out of that job because I had to get people to sign up for credit cards, and the anxiety every time a customer came to my freaking cash register and I had to ask them to freaking get a credit card, it would give me so much anxiety. Like, I'm not the salesperson at all, which is why I love this business so much, because I never feel like I'm selling anything. Like, if I take this jacket up, y'all gonna see these ads, okay? I get paid to use products that I literally freaking love. So it's like, we're so grateful that we're not in a company that's selling travel packages or selling Tupperware or selling knives. We're selling products that everyday people need. Clearer skin, longer hair, skinnier stomachs, whatever. So I went diamond in 14 months. And it's funny because when I joined this business, like, I keep saying this because it's just so true. God knew that I need this opportunity, because this is not where I was supposed to be. This is not the route I was heading. Actually, I knew that I wanted to go to law school. And I was like, oh my God, if I do, first of all, I didn't even think I was smart enough to get into law school. And then I was like, if I do get accepted to law school, how am I going to make money? Like, I actually considered for like 10 seconds. I considered stripping, because, and if you do that, shout out to you. Like, I don't knock anybody's hustle, but I'm like, how else am I going to make money? Like, I'm going to have to work at night. And this business like was just right on time. So I actually joined in 2016, which is the same year that I started law school. And I literally put my entire self through law school with this opportunity. And I never had to work. I never had to worry about money. I was literally always good because I had it works. So by the time I graduated law school, I was already making six figures. Income disclosure statement, look it up. But I was already making six figures, which to me was freaking amazing, because just to clarify, It Works did not pay for law school. I still have $300,000 worth of student debt. It Works just allowed me to put myself through school without having a job. And for an undergrad, like before law school, I worked for Cablevision for 4 years. And oh my God, like having to be a full-time student and have a full-time job was tough in undergrad. And I was going to school in Manhattan. I know you guys probably aren't from New York, but Manhattan to where I lived, which was in Long Island, was a 1-hour train ride there and back. Okay, so I was commuting 2 hours into Manhattan 3 to 4 days a week for school and working a full-time job. So that's why I had so much anxiety when I thought about working while in law school, because law school was nothing compared to undergrad. Like it doesn't even come close. So I knew, like, I needed to figure something out. So by the time I graduated law school, I was making 6 figures, which was freaking amazing, because to be an attorney in New York, and this job, this opportunity pays me more than I can make as an attorney in New York is insane. Like, I'm confident when I tell you there is nothing better out there. Now I have $300,000 worth of student debt, and my attorney degree does not pay for that. So I want you guys to really understand the opportunity that you have in your hands, and literally any and everybody can have it, because like I said, I'm the last person that you would have expected to be here, and yet here I am. As far as my sisters go, you know, there's the last met. As far as they go, my twin sister is a presidential diamond. She actually is from presidential diamond in May. My mom just promoted to presidential diamond last month, which was like a total surprise. My dad's a double diamond, and my 2 oldest sisters are both diamonds. So this business went from it's a scam to literally changing my entire family's life. Like, we don't come from money. We come from absolutely nothing, like just above the poverty line. Like, we weren't poor. By the grace of God, we were never on government assistance, but we were right above it. So this business literally changed my entire family's life. I'll stop talking now because I can go on all night, but let me know what you want me to share. I'll be happy to go on further.
Girl, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. I know everybody's like breaking out, because not that everybody has the same story, but your story is so different, and it's so refreshing to hear something completely different than what we've heard, because most people get started, they're like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to make money. But I love that you got started and you're like, no, I'm just going to be like a customer distributor. So, oh my gosh. Okay. So 4 years to ambassador, correct?
4.5, yeah.
4.5 years to ambassador. So what were some of your obstacles that you had overcome in this business? Like, because we all know, like, this business has its highs and it has its lows and its obstacles that we have to come across and then get through.
All right, so you're gonna hate this answer, and it's probably like, yeah, okay, but it's just the truth. I get asked this question a lot, and my answer is always, I've never had any obstacles in the business, because like, it depends on what you see as an obstacle. I mean, I've had diamonds cancel their accounts on me, but to me, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna rebuild another diamond, you know. So I never saw anything as an obstacle, because I always saw it as it was just growth. Like, it was just God preparing me for this. So I honestly wish I could think of like something traumatic that happened to me. I was like, oh my God, like, I can't, because you know what? For the last 4.5 years, it's just been a constant uphill battle, but it's been a battle that has shaped me and molded me into an amazing leader, a better person, a more confident person. And I'm just grateful for it all. I really can't even think of obstacles, because I don't feel like that I've ever had obstacles. Anything that ever went wrong, which is like, what are the obstacles? Like, people quitting your team, or you sign people up and they don't work, or like you lose rank. Like, that's all happens, but like, that's a part of the process. That's not an obstacle. You're gonna lose rank. Like, that's just the reality. I mean, the month after I went double diamond, I lost my rank, and I could have sat there in mopes. Like, I didn't get it back for like 11 months later, but I just knew that it was a part of the process. When I went presidential diamond, I held my rank for 3 months. Then I lost presidential diamond rank, and I was like, okay, well, what I gotta do to get it back? And then I got it back, and I got it back strong. And then I went to ambassador. So it's like, you have to really identify with what you see as obstacles, because a lot of times it's really just God strengthening you. Like, show me that you can handle this. Okay, now, I'm not a mom, so I see a lot of you on here with your kids, and a lot of people will say, you know, you can't relate to us because you're not a mom. I'm not a mom, but as a matter of fact, my entire team is full of moms, okay? My girl Jasmine is, as a matter of fact, I saw her on here. If you see her picture, she's literally wobbling. She has 5 children and a 6th baby on the freaking way, and she went double diamond, I think last month or 2 months ago, and was signing like 80 customers a month. 5 months pregnant, husband, baby on the way, and her kids are small, young. So it's like, I'm not a mom, but my team is full of moms. I'm a student. I know what it's like to balance work. I know what it's like to have an unsupportive spouse. Like, those are obstacles, but it's just simply things that we all go through. And the reality is like, the leaders, the top leaders, the ambassador diamonds, whatever it is, for every excuse you want to make or everything you want to see as an obstacle, somebody got over that obstacle. Somebody used that excuse as their why. So you really can't sit there and count yourself out because I have 2 jobs and I have kids and I'm too tired when I get off work. Like, do you want it or you don't? Like, it's just that simple. Because like I said, every excuse you want to make or every obstacle you have, somebody's already been there, done that, passed it, moved on. So, I mean, that's my answer to that question, honestly. I never had obstacles.
Dang, that is so good. You guys, you got to drop some fire in the chat if you love that answer. I know that Chelsea says she loved that answer because, like I said before, it's not your typical answer. Like you said, you had all the same crap happen to you. People quit, diamonds cancel, like something happens, got to rebuild this and fix that. And that's just part of the process, and God is preparing us. Gosh, that is such a good, I actually really do like that answer. Was not what I was expecting, but I love that you have worked on your mind so much that to you, that's not like, oh God, life altering, you know? So let me
And
ask
then you guys got to remember, like, I was proving my sisters wrong. So no matter what came my way, I, from the beginning, had that next mentality. My training video, actually, like when you're a brand new distributor, my training video has like next. And when I get the notes back from the training, they always say next on it. Because from day one, like the second I decided to work this business, it was next. Like, if you didn't want it, next. If you were quitting, next. If you were canceling, next. If you thought I was a horrible upline and a horrible leader, next. Like, I literally did not care what happens. It was NEXT on to the next, because I was on a mission, and whether you were coming with me or not, I was going. So it was never an obstacle for me. Like, I have a plan, I have a goal, I'm on a mission, and anyone who is not aligned with my goal and mission is a next. You could be a triple diamond and cancel your account tomorrow, and it's going to be a next. I mean, I love my triple diamonds, of course, but you know what I'm saying.
I do. I love that because, oh gosh, these are just such like different answers. This is just such a different approach to thinking about the business. And I think that everybody's just like on fire right now, just loving this. So talk to me about like what you personally do for personal development, or like your journey with that, and just anything that you have to say about like the personal development aspect.
Well, first off, if you're brand new or you're newer, or I don't care if you've been in the business for a year, if you haven't read the book Go Pro by Eric Worre, I strongly recommend reading it. It was actually the first book that I ever read. And the reality is that, like, when you join a company like this, or when you join any company, and when you do anything new, you have to be willing to be the student. Like, you can't just join something and just tomorrow night you're successful. I cannot just walk into the courtroom and say, good morning, Your Honor. I had to go to law school for 8 years. You cannot just walk into the operating room and start doing open heart surgery. You have to go to medical school. So, like, why do you think that you can just join this business and do do nothing to learn network marketing in general? You can. And because I had gone to school for 8 years, like, in my head, I immediately knew that, okay, I got to be a student. And unfortunately, you're also the teacher. You're the teacher and the student in this business. But you know what? It's just a matter of the resources are there. So just, this is not even really network mindset. This is more just like, be willing to become a professional in what you do. So be willing to become a professional It Works distributor, okay? And wear it like a badge of honor. Some of you guys are so afraid to like let people know you're doing it, where it's like, they don't pay your bills. Be proud about what you're doing, but definitely listen to GoPro just so you understand what to expect. So you understand that you're going to be rejected and it's normal. So that you understand that people are going to say that they're going to order on Friday and they're going to block you, and Friday's never going to come. And when it does come, the cat died and they had to get a new casket for their pet mouse, whatever the case is. Like, if you're not prepared for that, you're not going to make it. So you have to be prepared for that. And the way that I got prepared for it was through GoPro. Please don't mind this ugly burn right here. I burnt myself and I'm just so self-conscious of it, but whatever. Okay, so that's just basics, right? And then as far as actual self-development, so when I was a newer distributor, I kind of wish I knew this earlier on, but when I was a new distributor, I thought that self-development was as good as just like going on YouTube and typing in motivational video and watching a 10-minute video each morning. And okay, I did my self-development. And the reality is, like, that's just like, oh, I see it. that's just like not real self-development. So I would encourage you to use Audible. I don't really know how I got through law school because I hate reading. So I don't read books, but I do listen to Audibles. And I think one of my favorite ones actually is The Unemployed Millionaire by Matt Morris. That is one of my absolute favorite freaking mindset books. And I just remember finishing that and I'm just like, yeah, why not me? If this guy can be an unemployed millionaire, why not me? So there are going to be books that I don't have a set of books. Oh, and by T.D. Jakes, what's it called? Soar. I think it's called Soar by T.D. Jakes. That's also another favorite of mine, but it is a little more on the religious side. I don't know if you guys find that. But the reality is that when it comes to self-development, these books might not be for you. Like you might listen to them and like, that doesn't really get me. Like for example, oh my God, Hollywood Commandments. You have to get that one. It's called Hollywood Commandments on Audible by, I forget his name. I'm going to get a few right now. That one I loved so much. So I'm just throwing out a couple of books that I personally loved. The Unemployed Millionaire, Soar by T.D. Jakes. I'm trying to find who did Hollywood Commandments, and unfortunately, I can't find it. But if you type in Hollywood Commandments, it's going to come up. And I loved that book. But what I'm saying is that there are going to be books that you read or listen to, and it's just not going to connect with you. And if it doesn't, just move on to the next one, okay? But what I do, Devon Franklin, that is the name. Thank you, Moshe. Is Hollywood Commandments by Devon Franklin. There are going to be self-development books that you're either going to like or you don't. And if you don't like them, move on. But whatever you do, make sure you're really doing self-development. So find a book that really, really, really speaks to you. Maybe you're going to like some of the ones I just gave you. I would definitely start with The Unemployed Millionaire. And then maybe you're not. But find Audible books and listen to the entire thing. I mean, I haven't worked in like probably 3 months now because of COVID. I've been working from home, but before that, my day would pretty much start with self-development. Like while I was doing my makeup to get ready for work, I would be listening to self-development. And even if it's only 30 minutes every morning, these books on Audible are only 6 hours. So you can get a whole book done in a week by doing 30 minutes a day. And that's what I did. So YouTube self-development is not enough. You need to do real self-development with real Audible books from cover to cover or ear to ear, because I'm not reading anything. And then also, if you are religious, pray. Like you tell God what you want and he will give it to you. And I heard Ashley Carrington say the other night, yeah, he's married to Megan Good. I heard Ashley Carrington say the other night, like, if you pray big, you're going to get big. And if you ask God for small, you're going to get small. So don't be afraid to put your prayers into the universe. Like, if you want to make $20,000 a month, income disclosure statement, okay? But if you want to make $20,000 a month, then tell God that. Put it into the universe. I remember when I was going to Ambassador Diamond, like, first of all, just so you guys know, like, my volume has quadrupled since April. So Ambassador Diamond was like, yeah, okay. But Melody McFarland said, I want you to get some sticky notes and put I am Ambassador Diamond. Put it on your mirror, so it's the first thing that you see when you wake up. Put it all over your apartment. And that's exactly what I did. I had, like, it wasn't like a lot of them, but I had like at least 5 or 6 sticky notes that said I am Ambassador Diamond June 30th, 2020. And I put it out there. I remember like talking to my upline maybe 2 years ago saying like, I just wish I could make $15,000 a month. Like, and that happened. So whatever it is, like, no matter how unrealistic it may seem, tell God what you want and then get to work, literally. I mean, I hope I'm not being too religious right now because I don't want to be, but I love God. And if I really attribute all of this to God. So don't be afraid. And this business has brought me closer to God. So that maybe you need to be more in tune with your spiritual self, wherever that may be, whether it's God or not. Like, you have a spiritual self. And I had one more thing that I wanted to add, but I lost my train of thought. So that's that.
Dang, this is so good. This is like beyond perfect. So just know that, because if you have a problem talking about that stuff, then you shouldn't be on the Zoom. You know what I mean? So I absolutely love these answers. And I think sometimes it's scary to be like, hey God, I want to make $20,000 a month, but like, how else are you going to get it? Right.
That just reminded me what I was gonna say was the Netflix documentary. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Maybe you've already seen it. I like to watch it multiple times, but it's called The Secret, and I love it so much. I see so many of you guys shaking your head, but like that was another thing that, and I only watched it like maybe 8 months ago, like maybe 10 months ago. When I watched that and I finished it, to this day, like, yo, it's so funny because as a matter of fact, I just have to race to my office to get my freaking charger because I left it at work. So this freaking person like just stopped in the middle of the road in a two-way street. Like, you just stop and almost freaking hit the damn car. Excuse my language. And I just got so flustered because I was like, just shut up and back in there. And then like all of a sudden I was in a tense mood. And The Secret, that movie just popped in my head, and I was like, you know what? Redirect it, bring it back. Because, you know, if you start your day bad, it's gonna, and I knew that like if I was flustered, I would get in this train in like an aggressive manner. So I was like, you know what? Bring it back. And a lot of times to this day, like when things do happen, it's just like, okay. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't get mad, but so I saw a lot of you guys shaking your head. I'm glad that you guys watched The Secret. My team only recently watched it, most of them, but it's another thing. Law of attraction, guys. What you want is out there. Like, I cannot believe I am an ambassador diamond to this day. I still can't even believe it. But what you want is out there. Put it out there and then go for it and work for it. Like, I'm not just saying like wake up every day and say I'm ambassador diamond and do nothing, because that's not gonna happen. You know, you got to pray and get to work, but put it out there into the universe and then get to work, and like it's going to come. I promise you it's going to come. But it's just like, you got to stop quitting on yourself. Some of y'all literally, and when I say some of y'all, know that I'm not talking to y'all per se, like I'm basically speaking to myself and my team, but there are people who literally quit their business every single month. They literally restart their business every single month. And you know what, guys? Life is always going to happen. Something's always going to be horrible. Something's always going to be crazy. Like, it's always going to be a storm. Guess what? If you grind through that storm, you know what's going to happen when the rain stops? You're going to be on the other side of the rainbow. If you sit there and allow the storm to overtake you, because guess what? Ambassador diamond or not, it doesn't matter what rank you are. It does not matter how much money you have. Things are going to happen. Life is going to happen. Like, you cannot control the fact that bad things are going to happen to you. What you can control is how you respond to them. So stop restarting your business every single month. You want people to join you. You want people to be on your team. You want to grow a strong team. But what do you do other than show people every single month that you're not consistent, that you might not be here 2 months from now, that you're not someone that they should join with because you ain't it, you know? What are you putting out there? Your business can literally be everything that you dreamed of, but it's a matter of you showing up consistently, guys. This business is not just you get to work it when you feel like it, or you get to work it when it's convenient, or you get to work it like a hobby. You're gonna get paid like a hobby, and that means you're not really gonna be getting paid. And then one other thing I wanted to add, I don't even know how I got to this subject, like I'm on a tangent right now, but whatever. One other thing I wanted to add is, like, if you are new in this business, be confident in what you're doing. I remember when I had first joined, I was still working at Cablevision, so I still had a job for the first 7 months of my business. And when I quit my job, it was not because I was making enough money to quit. So I don't recommend quitting your job. I just was so over it, and I was starting law school. I was like, yeah, I'm going to figure it out. But when I had first started the business, which was January of 2016, I didn't quit my job until June. Save that question for me because I'm going to forget about it, but I do want to answer it. I have my calendar right there. My coworkers will also kind of make fun of me, like, oh, how's business, Shar? How's your business doing? I had this one supervisor, and I would walk past his desk every single day because his desk was right by the door. And every morning that I came in, he would say, hey, Shar, how's business? I just bit my freaking lip. Ow. Ow. He would say, bit my cheek, actually. He would say, hey, Shar, how's business? My response literally was, business is booming. When I had no customers, when I had no team, I was like, business is booming, baby. In my mind, business was just booming even when it wasn't. And it's that confidence that is going to be what attracts people. Like, some of y'all will be like, oh, I'm just getting started. I haven't really made any money yet. I don't really know if it's going to work, but I'm going to stick it. No. Business is booming, period. That's it. Like, it's just such a difference in your mindset. Is your mindset like, oh, I don't know, I'm hoping that, or is your mindset, business is booming. No customers, no paycheck, no nothing. Business is booming. Okay, so whatever you are putting out there is exactly what you're getting back, guys. And that's pretty much. I'm gonna stop there. One more thing I want to add is lives and stories are like so instrumental to your business. And I know in the beginning that's gonna be very scary because I used to be so afraid to go live, right? But you know how you get over that? When you go live, okay, it's probably gonna be horrible. You're gonna say all the wrong things. You're gonna stumble over your words. Guess what? After you're done with that live, you can delete it. I used to always go live, and when I was done, I would delete it. And every single time, it made it easier and easier for me to do it. Now I can go live and talk for freaking hours, and I'm comfortable. But the reason why I was going live is just to get myself comfortable into doing it, build my confidence up on live, and then delete it after the fact, because I know I sounded crazy. It was just like the fact that for 3 minutes while I was live, somebody was watching me. And it's just like these little things that you're going to be doing every single day to build your confidence is going to take you guys so far. Nobody joins this business knowing what we're doing. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. We all like do really bad things and say really wrong answers. And guess what? You learn from it. Something doesn't work, try it a different way. So I'm on a tangent now. I'm going to stop.
Girl, I love the tangent. Like, it's my favorite. I love when this happens because you don't even know, like, how you got to a certain part, but it's just fire. I just gotta tell you, like, all the notes that I'm writing, everything is in all caps. Like, I usually do all caps for, like, my favorite parts, but, like, everything is in all caps right now, so it's just amazing. So let's go over to Chelsea's question. About how do you organize follow-ups? Like, do you have a planner? What is your personal system?
Remember, I'm a Jade baby, okay? So this is what Jade Hooper does, all right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But literally, I just have a planner. Like, there's nothing special about my planner. It's just a stupid little calendar. And basically, look, it says Katie Harold. I'm trying not to show you guys this page because it's pretty empty right now. It's an embarrassing page. Let me go to my ambassador month. Yeah, no, seriously, like, so, honestly, anytime someone gives you a day, I just literally write their name on the date. I write the name, like, you say, oh, I'm going to get started next Monday, I'll go to my planner and put your name there, and then just as my reminder, I check my calendar every single day, and then I'm gonna respond to you. So I'm gonna come to you and say, hey, hon, I have you in my calendar to get started today. Are you ready? And it's either gonna be yes or no. Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no. If it's no, okay, no problem. When's a better date for you? And if Jasmine Bass, who was supposed to order on Monday the 27th, is no longer ready, I'm going to say, okay, when's a better day for you? She's going to say next Friday. I'm going to go to next Friday and put it in there. Don't overcomplicate things, guys. Like, honestly, like, a planner is how you organize. Like, if you want to organize your follow-ups, you need to have a list. This is network marketing, okay? GoPro is going to teach you that you have to have a list. If you don't have a physical list, you are being a bad network marketer, okay? So this is the way I keep my list here, and I just literally move the names over. And honestly, I like this a lot because when we have promotions and stuff like that, I can literally just come back into this planner and I will literally just flip through each page. Because when someone does order, I cross their name off. I put checks next to their names to say that, okay, I followed up with them, so I know that I actually followed up on that day. But I don't cross their name off until they actually order. So if I'm flipping back through my book and I'm seeing all these names, I'll just, and it's a sale or a DT promotion, hey, you have the names right here. So just keep a book and don't overcomplicate it, guys. Like, get you a little handy dandy planner. Take it with you everywhere you go, literally every single way you go. And that's how I pretty much stay organized. I'm actually really bad at organization, but this is what works for me. And then at the same time, everything is in your Facebook and Instagram inbox. Like, the messages don't get deleted. So there will be times, like on power hours, where I'll just go back through my inbox and start. Oops, I noticed.
I don't know.
That was weird. Okay. There will be times where I will just go, what was I saying? Oh, there are times like, well, I'll just scroll back through messages and like, you heard that too, right? Okay, I know I'm not crazy. I'm like, what was that? There will be times where I'll just go through Instagram and I'll just scroll through like the people who left me unseen. Like 15 minutes of a power hour will be go back to all of your messages in May and pick up the conversation. If somebody stop responding to you, pick it up. So like, honestly, if you have your inboxes, you're never going to have, keep a calendar. I'm not saying that sometimes I don't miss names and I don't miss to move names, but me personally, I'm really bad at organization and I am so busy that I really couldn't do anything other than organization. One other thing I'll show you guys, and this might just be more of a leadership based type of thing, but this is, it's not, I'm really, are y'all on Jay's Hooper team by any chance? Is this a J team? No, damn, I love Jay Hooper. So this was actually Jay Hooper's volume. Hello? Hi, I'm doing a training, I'm sorry. Bye. I always get a call in the middle of training. Like, I swear these people know that I'm doing training and they want to interrupt it. Anyways, so this was Jade Hooper. Yo, I'm so sorry, y'all. This training, this Zoom has like took a far left. But
I love it. I love it.
This is Jade Hooper's. I don't know when this was, but like at one point her volume was 641,000 GV. Okay, like isn't that number like stupid? This is the cover of my planner. This is like my leader planner, right? And I wrote, why not me? Okay, so when I saw this 641,000, I think the most BV I had ever had at the time was like 25,000. I'm like, shit, if Jade Hooper could do it, why can't I? So I am the why not me type of person. And I want y'all to be the why not me type of person, okay? Because y'all might be looking at me like, she just has this confidence or she just has this something. I swear to God, y'all will literally find something that I have that you don't, and it's fake. Like, it's made up in your head. I don't have a single thing that you guys don't have. So I want you to start saying, why not me? If that girl can do it, why can't I? Why are you going to sit on the bleachers for the next 2 years convincing yourself, nah, I can't, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't know enough people? Figure it out, but stop counting yourself out. Okay, so back to organization. So that was my loyal customers and potential distributors book organization. And then everything else, like as a leader and as your team starts to grow, but listen, you are a leader the second you have 2 people on your team, okay? The second you sign somebody up, you're a leader, and you have to literally know that, okay? Even if you don't feel like you're ready, you're ready. And my team, like I pushed them into leadership roles. Like the second you sign up a distributor, you hosting a training for your team, you're hosting power hours. Don't ask me no more questions, you're a leader. No, not really. But you gotta like literally, what's that book? I think it's the Unemployed Millionaire. No, it's not. I can't think of the name of the book, but there's a book it might be The Unemployed Millionaire. I think it is actually. It talks about like when it comes to being a leader, you don't have to know what you're doing. Like, you just have to know, you don't have to pretend that you know what you're doing. Like, people just want to be led, okay? Even if you literally don't know what is happening, if from the forefront, business is booming, people are gonna follow you, okay? So don't be afraid to be a leader. Don't know how I got to that topic anyway. Organization chart, stay focused. When I do my Zooms, I have to do bullet points because I get off track like this. It's so bad. So anyways, cover up my leadership thing is why not me, okay? So I want y'all to find a major goal and I want you to print it out, how to lead when you're not in charge. I started that one and I have not gotten into it, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you're gonna start them and it's just like not gonna hit you. I need to start it, but it's not working for me. So anyways, inside of here, guys, really quickly, this is just more of a leadership type of thing. I have my binder. My binder and my planner are the 2 things I carry with me everywhere. So in the front, this is a DT tracker, so I track all of the distributors that I signed up, whether they did the training, how many customers they got, I track that. So DT trackers. The second page is I track my volume by the day. So every single night before bed, I see how much volume I ended with. And that might be a little more advanced, but I know you have some leaders on here that probably want to know like how I stay organized. So I think as a leader, it is important to know what is happening in your organization, where your volume is. Is it going up? Is it going down? You need to know this stuff. Like, if you don't know it, then you're kind of working the business blind, and that could be problematic. But there are little trackers that you can just get your top of the thing. And then from there, everything else is literally just the charts that I'm helping people with. So I'll have a couple of charts in here, just a couple of charts, and that's pretty much it. This is my organization. This is the leadership organization, and this is the potentials distributors in my list organization. That's it. I keep these 2 books. There are some people out there who have like 20,000 binders and stuff like that. That's not for me. So that's how I do my organization. I hope that helps a little bit, guys. But I do I'm not a green person. You may notice from that I'm not a green person at all. So that might not work for you. And I encourage you to find what works for you, because a lot of times you like get on these Zooms and trainings and you try to find like the perfect answer, like, oh, I'm not successful because I'm not organizing this way. When in reality, there are so many different techniques and so many different ways to work the business. Figure out what works for you and your schedule and your chaos. Mercedes Lopez, I need your nails. Figure out what works for you guys and then just go with it. But that's typically how I do.
I love it. And I love that you keep it simple. And it's so funny because I have a binder and I have like my stuff in my binder too. And it's just like easy. I literally do it the exact same way that you do it. Obviously, a little bit different, but I love that you keep it simple like that. I know Mercedes nails are always on fire.
Right?
So, okay, I have two more things I want to talk to you about tonight. So this one is huge because, you know, I mean, those of you that are triple diamond above, you did hear this message in our top leaders page, but Cammie was talking to us about recruiting and how we need to really just ramp that up. And I think that we can be open about that. So I just really want to talk about recruiting because obviously we know that Ambassador Diamond is a lot of distributors and you have a lot of leaders on your team. So you have, you know, you had to build a team at some point. So let's talk about recruiting. Like, what's your favorite way to do that? Let's talk about.
All right, so I'm just going to send y'all the link for the Zoom that I did last night because I literally did a whole entire Zoom last night on recruiting. No, seriously, let me give you guys some tips. Now, first and foremost, there are people out there. I was just on a freaking phone with Sherry Rogers tonight, right? And she's telling me like, oh, I'm on my 7th DT of the month. And I'm like, oh, I just signed up my first, okay? So there are going to be those Sherry Rogers out there who just like are mass DT enrollers. That is not me at all, okay? And I don't want you to be a mass enroller. Like, don't feel like you got to sign up 50 people a month. You don't, okay? I was having lunch with Amber Parker, and it was after like a one team one mission thing, and she was literally telling me that she just does her bare minimum. Like if she gets 3 distributors a month, she's happy, because if you're signing up 50 distributors a month, like, are you really going to be able to give all those 50 people your time and your attention and all of that jazz? You probably won't be. So first disclaimer is like, focus on your steps to success, okay? That is 3 distributors and 6 loyal customers. Don't feel like you need to sign up 25 distributors. You need to do your steps to success, 3 distributors. So I'm challenging everybody this month to get their 3. But, okay, so when it comes to distributors, I'm really going to send y'all this Zoom because I'm going to keep this really short because I just spent so much time on it last night. But I would highly recommend watching it because I went over a lot of, like, just tips and tricks to get distributors. But keep in mind that getting distributors is not as easy as getting customers, right? So sometimes people get discouraged when it comes to the distributor side of it, because when you first start and you do host to post, you're getting like 20 customers right away. You're like, oh, wow, I can do this. And the second you want to cross over to the distributor side, you realize like, okay, why is it not as easy as getting customers? That's because, number one, I want you to think about how long it took you to join before you started, right? So you talk to somebody one day, you tell them the price, they say I don't have it, or they say I'm not interested, and you're like, oh, this isn't for me. How many, somebody with 2 years? I have people on my team who watch me all 4 years and have just joined me, okay? So like, some of you don't get discouraged if people are not joining you right away, okay? That's another disclaimer. But after all that being said, you have to post really, really, really well about lifestyle posts. Like lifestyle posts, your lifestyle posts have to be on point. And basically, I've been trying to like simplify my posts a lot more. Like Katie, you talked about one of the posts that I did on the 4th of July, right? So when it comes to the correct post, people are going to want to join you, not because you're screaming like, join my team, $99 to change your life. That's not going to make people join you. Like, they don't want to hear that. There are way too many work from home opportunities out there. Someone is going to join you because you connected with them, and you're going to connect with them not by screaming, change your life by joining me, but by showing how this business is changing your life. So I think I'm going to just go through, I mean, that fool helps sometimes, right? But we don't all have big fools. So this is a post that I did today, right? The top is a selfie. Where's the camera? The top is a selfie of me. And listen, I don't always look glamorous. I mean, there are times where I look like a freaking fashion model, and there are times where I look like this, but I still want to put up a lifestyle post. So I went on Snapchat at the pump, and I took a picture of me with the gas pump behind me, pumping the gas. Here is the total amount, which was $26.65. And then here's the income disclosure statement. Now, quick thing, guys, I know the income disclosure statement is like so ugly and you don't want to put it up, but there are great ways that I've learned to like put it in there and like, hey, Usher, I put it up, okay? You can't tell me nothing. It's there, right? And my trick is literally just putting, exactly, it's a cute post, putting more pictures, right? Like, so instead of just putting one picture in the income disclosure statement, do a picture of you, the gas pump, and then the income disclosure statement over the gas pump. So if you can tell, if you can see, I use over, I really, you can see, like, I use the app over to put this income disclosure statement over the gas pump. It's the same picture that was here, right? And that just makes it cuter. And honestly, like, I hated putting it up at blah. I hated putting it up at first, but people honestly just got used to it now that it's like not even a thing anymore, right? But the caption says, it's the captions that's going to get people to join you, okay? So yeah, I gotta really pay attention to these captions, all right? It says, now remember, it's just $26 on the pump. To most, it's not a big deal. It's just gas. To me, it's huge. I remember pulling up to the gas station embarrassed with $5 in coins because that's literally all I had. So today, as I was standing outside pumping my gas, I said out loud, wow, this is really my life. Because the reality is I can never fill up my tank. I would drive around on E praying my little hoopty car would make it to payday. I will never stop appreciating the small things this company does for me. Filling up the tank isn't something I could always do, and so I'll never take it for granted, right? So right now, literally, you know how many people out there cannot fill up their tank? Like, I still don't take that for granted because I am not joking when I say I pulled up to the pump embarrassed with a handful of coins because that's all I had to pay for my things, right? So distributors are going to come from posts like that because it's relatable. You're not going to see me posting just made $25,000. I'm not going to post that because it's not relatable. People are not going to join you because they want to make $25,000. People are going to join you because they can't put gas in their car, right? So stop feeling like you need to be making so much money before people will ever join you, because I've been doing my steps to success since month 2, okay? Since I was a distributor. So that's an example. I want to show you guys a couple of more examples. That is an example of an actual amazing It Works lifestyle post that's not screaming, join my team, but instead making someone say, wow, what is she doing? Because I'm in that same situation, okay? Don't be embarrassed of your struggle because your struggle is what's going to be relatable. Tell your story, okay? I have a girl on my team who is now a triple diamond. She's pushing for presidential diamond this month. And when she joined, she was literally homeless and prostituting, okay? Who wants to go out and scream from the mountaintops that I was homeless and prostituting? Nobody. But yet here she is going presidential diamond because so many people can relate to that story. So if you're on food stamps, if you're on, like she was, if you're on government assistance, whatever it is, I know it's hard to put it out there, but you know what? You have to literally think that there are so many other people out there who are on that same assistance that need this opportunity. And by you not sharing it, you're robbing so many people of this opportunity. So kind of like put your pride aside a little bit. I know that it's going to be hard to do. Like I have one girl on my team who's a double diamond now. She had to go on live and tell her story, which happens to be that, like, I went to jail when I was 18 and I'm actually labeled as a quote convicted felon. Like, who the hell wants to say that? But do you know how many people can't get a job right now because they have a record from a stupid mistake they made 5 years ago? And now every time they go apply for a job, when their record comes up, they don't get the job. So it's like, when you are too afraid to tell your story, guys, be bold. Grab some confidence and be bold because people need this opportunity. All right. Then aside from the lifestyle post, I'm going to show you guys a couple more, but I like to post things like this. This just says, I'm grateful for where I'm at, excited for where I'm about to go. And the caption on this one says, even if where you are right now is a storm, God is preparing you. Push through. Your harvest season is coming. New week, new goals. You got this, sis. People love to be on my page because they just love the constant inspiration. So stop putting up, I talked about this last night, right now, the racial tensions, the political tensions, there's so much tension in the country. Stop putting that stuff up because people don't want to see that. Like, people come to my page because honestly, it's a step away from all of the chaos. And it's something that makes you smile or makes you feel better, okay? So that is still a lifestyle post, even though it says nothing about the opportunity, nothing about what It Works is doing for you. It's just inspirational, and people are going to want to join you because you inspire them. So start inspiring people with things just simple as that. Then on Sundays, right? So this is Sunday. Sorry, hold on. Sunday, I was out on a boat. I just put up a picture on the boat and I said, happy Sunday. Because listen, I hope y'all don't mind if we go over an hour because I know it's almost 10 o'clock. I don't mind the income disclosure statement, but I don't want it on all of my stuff, like all my posts, right? So if I could just put up a post that says nothing about it works, it just says happy Sunday, me, and I'm on a boat, but from this picture, you really can't even see it, you can't tell I'm on a boat. But sometimes I'll be on a boat, or sometimes I'll be at the beach, or at the park, or like in the backyard, just like enjoying the nice weather. Don't be afraid to take a selfie and say happy Sunday and post it up, because she says living the life. You know what? On Sunday, when somebody saw that, they're sitting at their job like, what the hell is she doing talking about happy Sunday in a bathing suit, and I'm sitting at work, okay? So there are so many ways to get people to want to know what you're doing and join you without you screaming, join my team, $99 to change your life. I never say that. I literally never say that. And here's a quick tip, guys. If you do work like the weekends, like I used to, yeah, what I used to do, I really faked it until I made it, okay? But I would take a picture like that on my off day, which was usually Tuesday or Wednesday. And guess what? On Sunday, when I was at work, I was posting that picture. Nobody knows that I'm at work right now, okay? I'm just simply saying happy Sunday, and here's a selfie. So some of y'all will find so many excuses for like why you can't win at this business. Like, oh, well, I don't work. I work the weekends, and I sleep all day. Figure it out, please, because I'm telling you right now, like if you're on my team and you come to me with complaints, I'm just gonna like, please go away. It's just too much. I don't like Debbie Downers. I don't like negativity. If you're not getting results, you can come to me and like say, what am I doing wrong? And I'll be happy to help you. But if you come to me with like, this isn't for me, I just want to quit, I want to give up, I'm gonna have to push you away, because like whatever I allow into my circle is going to affect my day. So I can't allow your bad vibes. You gotta go, sis. All right. So these are like literally, I'm just posting a lifestyle that people honestly want, to be honest. Like that's why people are joining me, right? So then this was a more extravagant post, like extravagant because it was more thought out. And because I have a 2-piece bathing suit on and I'm in a really nice backyard. So I have the backyard, I have a picture 4th of July, I have a picture of me in the pool, another picture of me in the pool. And the caption on this one said, 4.5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to see what the next level of life looked like. Okay, this is like some real boss-ish, all right? And you know what? The thing is that when I say this, I'm not just writing words because I'm bored. When I wrote 4.5 years ago, I decided I wanted to see the next level of I wanted to see what the next level of life looked like. That is me triggering in your head. Don't you want to see what the next level of your life looks like? That's literally what I'm doing, okay? And then it says, I remember the days I would get excited because my job was paying me double time for the holiday. Because that's true. I used to be so excited to work the holidays, so I was getting double time, triple time. And then it said, now I get excited because my holidays look like this. I'm now reminding you, like, listen, I know you're all hyped up because you're getting paid double time, triple time, but imagine not even having to worry about the money, and you can enjoy your 4th of July in a pool just like this because you have that choice. So what this post literally said was, hey girl, don't you wish you could see what the next level of life look like? You're struggling, you're broke, you're tired of being poor, you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Don't you want to see what's next for you? Don't you wish you had the freedom to say, you know what, job? I don't want to work you today. I'd rather watch the 4th of July fireworks. I'd rather drink freaking Bud Light seltzers all day, because you know what? That's way better than your money, because people are literally exchanging their time for this salary. So when I make my post, it is strategically to get you to want to join me. And I do that by showing you my life and talking about me. I'm only talking about because of, my next level of living, but it's just triggering people to start thinking about their next level of living. And that is how you effectively post for people to join you. So that is pretty much the tips on. I'm not done with the distributed posting, but I just wanted to give you, I'm going to show you guys one more that I really like. And this is a picture of me. This is another way that I like to post pictures and stuff with the income disclosure statement, and just take the attention off that income disclosure statement. It's there, visible clearly. It's its own picture. Like, it's literally its own picture, but don't look at that. Look at me. So this is just a selfie of me. It's a selfie of me. Okay, it has a quote and then the income disclosure statement. So if you don't have an extra picture to add, put a nice quote and the income disclosure statement, right? And the caption I really love the most. It says, I'm gonna make it short, but it basically says social media influencer. What does that even mean? It seems like every time you look around, there's a new influencer. In a world where people only care about likes and followers, I don't care for the title. I am not a social media influencer. I'm a girl reminding you that I'm just like you. I'm a girl who came across a work from home opportunity 4 years ago on Instagram. At the time, I had about 1,000 followers. I'm alleviating your fear that you have to have like so many followers and so many friends, okay? I was shy. You're shy, right? You think this can't be for you because you're shy? I was depressed and I hated my life. I'm literally saying all of these things to make them say, yup, that's me. Yup, that's me. Yup, that's me. To alleviate their fear of like, I can't do this because I'm not outgoing, and I can't do this because I don't have a lot of followers or a lot of friends. And then I just say that, but God had greater plans for me. I said, this business wasn't placed in my life by chance. It was put in my life intentionally by God, because he knew it was exactly what I needed. And guess what? You're not reading this post by chance either. You've been praying for a miracle. You are preaching to somebody right now. Like, somebody is literally, I don't use TikTok because I don't have the patience for it. I'm trying to, but I don't. And then I just ended with saying, now I'm literally talking directly to my audience. You don't need 500,000 followers. You don't need 100 people who want to support you. You don't need people skills, and you don't need experience. In big capital letters, I am not looking for social media influencers. I'm looking for people who are just like me and ready to try something new. You're literally telling them that, listen, what you see right now is not who I was when I joined this business. I was just like you, to make them feel more comfortable with joining. So those are the types of lifestyle posts that you have to be doing to make people want to join you. And then once you've done that, like, it's all going to be in your inbox. Like, obviously you're going to be messaging people and talking to people, but the reality is that when they come back to your page, if they're not seeing posts like that, they're not going to join you. So make sure your posts are on point so that when you do jump in somebody's inbox about the opportunity, your posts are there to back it up. Your inbox, your initial message that you send to someone is literally just your seed planted. That seed is going to be watered by you following up, obviously, and then by your post, because somebody joined me today because of my gas station post. Okay, so that's that one. Distributors.
Oh man, I'm having so many aha moments, and I'm writing so fast, and I'm getting so many messages right now from the team. Like, this is so good, and I appreciate you so much making, like, showing us each an example of each post, so we can know, like, okay, what do we post, and why should we post it? Like, I love that you literally broke that down of, because when I read that, okay, so I used to be the girl that used to work on the weekends every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the bar that I worked at, the busiest day was Sunday. So when I would see people on their boats and in pools and during the summertime, my heart would just hate life. I was just crushed. So when I read when I went to go to your page today to grab a photo of you, I saw that post and I thought, man, if this was me, that when I was a bartender, I would have been like, sign me up. Give me. Like, is that your house, by the way?
It's my breakfast house.
Okay, I was like, damn. Okay, so that was also perfect. That's all I can say. It was all just perfect. So thank you so much. And yeah,
But quick disclaimer, guys, okay? I might live in a luxury apartment building now, and my breakfast house might be like this really extravagant house on the water, but there was a time where I was living in a dirty-ass basement apartment with no lighting, and I was still making it work, okay? That meant there was no lighting. I would go outside every day and just take pictures outside in the backyard. Make it work. Don't look at these posts and say, oh, well, I don't have that backyard. Oh, I don't have that boat. I don't live in a luxury apartment, but I don't drive a Mercedes. I just started driving a Mercedes this year. Before that, I was driving a Honda. And before that, I was driving a freaking Toyota that was in 1992. Make it work. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but sometimes people will see that and they'll think like, oh, well, I don't have that type of life yet. I can't post like that. Make it work.
I love that because you have to. You're not always going to be living like, you're not going to have a pool. Like, we were talking about that today. Like, one of my girls was like, I love following Cassie, but I don't have a pool and live in Florida like Cassie, and I'm in a bathing suit all the time. So my Instagram is going to look different, and you just make it work in your own lifestyle. So I love that so much. Okay, so this is the last thing that I have, and I know this is going to be fire, and wherever you take this is going to be great. But I want to talk about the hustle, and it's fine for, like, I think we need a tough love moment. Because and I've got girls that are like they're already clapping and they're already like freaking bring it. And so, you know, earlier when you were talking about like stop quitting on yourself every single month and showing up consistently, and obviously, guys, whether you're
I'm
going
just getting water. Don't mind me, guys.
you're fine. Whether you're going ambassador diamond or whether you're going diamond for the first time, or double or triple or presidential, like there's got to be a hustle there. And right now we're in the summer, and it doesn't matter what time of year, but I feel like right now, especially in the summer, we have to pull everybody up and be like, hey, it's hustle time. So I would love for you to just talk for a few minutes about like give us the tough love of like, what does it take?
Well, honestly, guys, it's just like, it's just your mind, though. It's literally what's in your mind. Hold on. I was actually like a little self-conscious drinking that water because my sister tells me that I swallow too loud. Woo! Hold on.
I'm also taking a water break. Sometimes on calls I get so like, oh my God, yes, I'm sweating. This is so great. So yeah.
So what does it take? Like, I mean, first of all, it's your mind. Like, I did a Zoom yesterday, actually. The Zoom that I'm going to send you guys was like exactly basically what it takes, like, especially to work your business through this season. I'll send it to you guys. But it's just a mindset, because like the reality is people are always going to have a reason why they can't join. Like, guess what? It's the summer season now, right? And like everyone's just busy and no one's working and everyone's occupied. So you're going to tell yourself like, well, I'll just pick back up like after August, okay? That's what you tell yourself, right? And then October, November, and December season comes and it's back to school. So moms are spending money on that, and it's Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you have to buy Christmas toys, and everyone's overeating for the holidays. So they don't want to be a customer right now. Like, honestly, no matter what, like, honestly, even when COVID happened, I know we're not really supposed to talk about COVID, but when COVID happened, it was like, okay, now everybody's unemployed, nobody's working. Like, there's always going to be something going on, right? So it's going to be a slow season if in your head you convince yourself that it's a slow season, right? So COVID was supposed to be like, take us out, and COVID brought us to the top. So, you know, it really is in your mind. But like, I guess when you ask what it takes, it just takes consistency, and it takes like effort. Okay, I'm not telling you that I don't do anything each day. Like, you have to be in charge of yourself. That means you have to, like, this morning I woke up at freaking 8:15 and I wanted to go back to sleep, but it's like, you know what, I'm not going back to sleep. I'm just gonna get up and start working my business. So I think I'll tell you guys what I personally do. The first hour of my day, and this is just a habit of mine because of with my job, I work 9 to 5, right? So I'm in court from like 9 to 1, and then I'm at my desk from like, well, I take lunch, which is literally scarfing something down and then responding to victims or returning calls. I'm really not available until after 5 o'clock when I'm actually in the office. So for me, because of that, I make sure, especially like now I'll get up a little bit later, but in the beginning when I did have a job, I would do a solid power hour with just me. I didn't even jump on the team power hours because like I need to focus for this first hour of my day and get like as many hosts to post up, get as many messages out, like respond to as many messages as I can. So my first hour of my day is like focus work, so that I'm not feeling guilty while I'm at my job, knowing that I didn't put time into my it works business, right? So the first hour of my day is focused work. And when I say focused work, my power hours, I don't do the whole like liking things and going to say happy birthday, and I don't do that because my power hours have to be literally about making money. My power hours have to be about getting messages out, getting post up, sealing the deal, closing orders. It has to be physical conversation. I don't really have time for the interaction. I could do interaction like before I go to bed at night, but I won't do that in the daytime. So it takes like, you need to have one solid hour of work per day, so that when you do come home from work, you can do like another 2 hours, like maybe in between dinner, in between the kids, whatever, 30 minutes here, 20 minutes there, responding to things, answering. I want to make a quick disclaimer. I don't know if you guys heard this when I did the Show Me the Money call with Pam Souter, I said that I only work my business 90 minutes a day. And like every freaking ambassador diamond hit me up like, what do you mean? How do you only work 90 minutes a day? I didn't mean that. I meant that I do 90 minutes of focused work per day so that my day is set up for me now to like respond when it's convenient, like when I'm not in the front of a judge talking to her, when it's convenient. So what it takes is, number one, you got to show up, you got to put in the effort, you have to be messaging people. What it takes is mass messaging, guys. Literally. I told you I'm a Jade Hooper baby, and she drilled into my head early on mass messaging. If you're only talking to 10 people a day, you're not getting any customers, you're not getting any distributors. If you're talking to 20 people a day, you might get one follow-up, okay? If you can get in 100 messages a day, you will literally find the success. Now, the thing is, how do you master being able to talk to that many people? That is where organization comes in. Like organization on your phone. Your word board, do you guys use word board? Your word board has to be set up, on point, ready to go. When I say set up, on point, ready to go, I mean there's not a single thing anybody could ask me that is not in this word board. That's down to every single link. Like I have a button for my coffee link, my wraps link. Every website I use, I have a links folder. Because if I need to be mass messaging like this, I don't have time to be copying and pasting and going to get this and what's this text? No. You need to be able to get these messages out like clockwork. Like if you guys do a power hour with me, you will literally have a minimum 80 to 100 messages by the time that hour is done, okay? Your word board has to be set up. Like organization in your phone has to be on point. When you do power hours with me, I'm going to tell you, don't respond to any of the messages, because if you're responding, that's taken away from you getting out more messages. The purpose on my power hour is to get as many people in my inbox as possible. When I finish that power hour, and no exaggeration, literally anytime I finish my power hour, I count the amount of messages I got in, and I have to see at least 80. It is always between 80 and like 120, honestly. So, your word board has to be set up so that you can mass message, but this business does take mass messaging. Now, do I get blocked? Not really, honestly. Like, I really don't get blocked. You don't get blocked if you're messaging people on your friends list. You only get blocked if you're messaging strangers. Or if you're messaging the same message from a computer, you'll get blocked. But no, I don't get blocked. The only time I get blocked is when I'm doing, like, when I do hostables and I'm responding to the comments, because I personally don't friend request people on the comments. So I'm messaging someone who I'm not friends with, and that's how I get blocked. But I do it kind of like when it's convenient. Like I'll respond to like 15 comments on this post, and I'll take a break. An hour later, I'll come back and respond to the next set of 15. As long as you're not like messaging 500 people that you don't follow or you're not friends with, you won't get blocked. So what it takes consistency. It takes showing up. It takes a solid 90 minutes of focused work every single day. It takes mass messaging, and it takes following up. Consistency, following up, mass messaging. Forgot everything else I was going to say, but I just said it so you can watch the replay. But that's pretty much what it takes. It's just like, it's a matter of what you're doing every single day. Like, if you can go through your inbox right now and like, what's today's date? Today is, what was the question? How do you save the links to send on Facebook? Because it doesn't allow. I don't send links on Facebook. I always get their number and text them. That, which is something that other people don't do. Like, they have found ways to send the links and stuff like that. I don't know how to do that. And like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I've been texting people for 4.5 years now. So I will say, are you ready to order now? Give me your number and text them the link. And I personally like doing that. Yeah, secret message actually is another way that I used to do that too, but then it was just like so different for me because now I'm going to a different conversation to send a link. I like to get their number because it shows me that they're serious. Like, once I get their number, it's more serious. You know, obviously people will still leave you on red when you have their number. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm a mass messenger. Your posts have to be on point. I don't really post about the products ever on my actual page. I only post about the products in my stories. So that's how I can get so many customers from my page, just because I'm in my stories every single morning, like drinking the coffee or putting a wrap on, or honestly, I'm only really using the coffee and wraps right now. Those are the only two products, and the hair, skin, nail vitamins. Those are the 3 products that I personally use, but it's just me in my stories every single day, to get customers. I do a lot of polls and a lot of things that people, a lot. I had a shake that had like chia seeds in it, and I just burped up a chia seed. That was gross. I have a lot. How much sleep do I get? I get a full night's sleep, baby. 8 hours a night. I do not be up until 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I can't sleep, but I get a full night's sleep. I'm really cranky if I don't get a full night's sleep. So I sleep at least 7 hours a night. Guys, you gotta organize yourself and find ways to work this business to the point where it's not like, if this business is draining you, you're doing something wrong. Like, you're literally doing something wrong. I'm not saying it's not effort. I'm not saying it's not time. You do have to put in time and effort, but like, if you find yourself like working this business 8 hours a day, you're doing something wrong. So I hope I answered your question, but I think the best answer, guys, is mass messaging. I remember when I used to be on these Zooms, like with Jade Hooper, and she was like shouting out some girl who gets like literally 8 customers a day. And everyone's like, how, what do you do? She's a mass messenger. And that just clicked in my head early on, because this really is a numbers game. If you've only talked to 10 people about the opportunity, you can guarantee you have no one to join your business, right? But if you talk to like 50 people about the opportunity, you'll get at least one. And I'm gonna be a little more realistic with y'all, okay? I said 100. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. For me, it's more like 60. If I have 60 messages every single day, that means I did the bare minimum. That's gonna get me to where I need to go. Now, if you're doing 100 messages a day, like when I'm really pushing for something, it could be way over 100. But if you could at least, like, just to start, challenge yourself to do at least 60 messages a day. What are those messages? Those messages can be a variety of you following up with people. It can be I don't know how you guys feel about cold messaging. I always say I know some teams don't cold message, but I literally built my business on cold messaging people to join my business. And to me, that's just a seed planted. I want to just share with you guys what my cold message is, because it's like it's not intrusive at all. And it's just like, it's really just them planting the seed. I sent this message to a girl today or yesterday. I don't even know how to do this. How do I get my keyboard up? Okay, here it is. I sent this message to a girl yesterday or today, actually, and she literally said, no, thank you. And then guess what? She went to my page and started liking all of my posts. Okay, so this message to me, some of y'all might see it as, we don't cold message. I plant seeds. I plant that seed. She's told me no, and I was like, no problem, hon. Let me know if you ever change your mind. Your son is so freaking adorable. So it's not like intrusive or like spammy. It's just like, hey, if you ever need an extra opportunity, and guess what? I would say at least 75% of my distributors started with a cold message like that, watched my post for a couple of months, and then came back and said, you know what exactly do you do? So don't be afraid to hit them with that message. But that's pretty much it, guys. Mass messaging is the secret to success in this business. Don't just mass message and like say dumb stuff. You know, be meaningful with what you're saying. But in my mass messaging, it's going to be a mixture of following up, messaging the people who left me on red, messaging the people who did not order, and getting people to post for me. Those are like the 4 types of messages that I'll be sending out in my inbox. And that's pretty much what it takes. It takes mass messaging and good posting, which is all learned behavior.
I love that. Thank you so much for all of those juicy tips. And I love how straightforward you were with us tonight. And it was just I told my girls, I know that she's just going to have such a fresh perspective. I just got a text from one of my girls. I had to get off. She just wants to know, is your Facebook public or private?
Unfortunately, it's all private, y'all. So you ain't gonna find me. You know, but the reason why it's private, actually, one of 2 things. My Facebook is private because of my job. I'm a prosecutor, so I can't have defendants being able to look me up. So I have a completely different name. My name is actually not even Charice, but whatever. It's completely private because of that reason. But then honestly, can I be honest with y'all? What I started realizing is like, I prefer to have less distributors on my page, because then, like, one way or another, you start to get commingled in the same networks, like suggestions of friends, like, you know, this person. I'd rather just like not have that. So my page is super private, and unfortunately, it's not. You can't even follow me, because if you do, you're not gonna see any posts. But I love you, and I'm friends with Katie, so maybe you guys can like hack our page every now and then.
I love that so much. And you want to know what? There are many people that do have jobs, and I have been asked before, like, hey, I have a job where I can't be so open about my business. So I love that you found a way to make it work. And like,
always, because they're not stopping my money, period.
Love it. Love it. I know Mercedes is over there like, period. So, oh my gosh. Well, you guys tell her thank you in the chat. It was so great talking to you tonight. I have a full page of notes, mostly all caps. I will definitely get the recording up for everybody. And we just appreciate you pouring into us tonight.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much. Invite me back anytime.
Thank you. Thank you. And congrats again on Ambassador.
Thank you. And I will send you the recording from last night because it's going to have a lot of tips, like just more in detail about like getting distributed and stuff like that.
Yes, I would love that. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.